Szczesny goes right foot in square for Garcia. Paris Saint-Germain trying to press here. Barkla close to Koundé. Koundé composed in possession now. Nice turn in field from Olmo in the middle of his half. Olmo lays that across the face of Zaire Emery. Now carried over halfway from Martin to Rashford. Plays it back, stroking it to Olmo. Pedri on halfway, just behind him for Gabassi. Barcelona just by the centre circle to the right foot with Garcia. Garcia caresses it forwards to Yamal. Just over 9 minutes played it. Lamine Yamal in the field to Koundé, returns to Yamal, again to Koundé, once more to Yamal. Barcelona just under midway inside the Paris Saint-Germain half. Now Frenkie de Jong on the ball. Just a simple pass behind it for Garcia. Garcia now plays it through the thirds to Olmo, square for Yamal. Now Yamal in field to Olmo, inside right, plays it towards the box, and it's Koundé couldn't receive it inside it. Great tracking back there from Barkla, and now Zaire Emery notched up the ball for Pedri inside the area. Pedri couldn't take care of the ball though and pass it to a teammate. Zaire Emery gets it back, now pass it from the D to the left-hand side. Here's Barkla in the centre circle. Fabien Ruiz gave it to him, and now Hakimi in the attacking third. Hakimi cuts in, he's in the box. Hakimi, can he get a cross in? Hakimi on the byline. His cross takes deflection of Jerome Martin. End-to-end stuff here in Barcelona. 10 minutes on the clock. Goalless, and Hakimi gets his sided corner kick. Well, Zaire Emery caught on the ball inside the box. Pedri tried to turn away from Zaire Emery when he thought he was flicking it to Koundé. Koundé didn't think Pedri was going to try and flick it to him. He thought he was going to sort of control himself, maybe lay a pass off with his feet, not with his heel. And Paris Saint-Germain up the other end, got themselves a corner kick to be taken on the right-hand side. Let's see, this one could be a dangerous delivery. And Paris Saint-Germain draw first blood in this mammoth contest here. It's only match week 2. Michael Oliver, the referee, just talking with Fabien Ruiz and Frenkie de Jong. Pretty much on the goal line, the pair of them, standing right on the toes of Szczesny. So corner kick all set to be delivered now from Nuno Mendes from the right-hand side. So Mendes, left-footed delivery towards the centre, headed over. Chance for Sabani. First opportunity for PSG this evening. Delicious delivery for Nuno Mendes. Found the header Sabani. Rose over Koundé. Couldn't keep the header down though. With the new summer sign now, Koundé being pressed here from Barkla. After Barcelona's short goal kick, and Barkla blocks Koundé's attempted ball down the right channel. Koundé with a throw deep inside his half. Barcelona 0, Paris Saint-Germain 0. Approaching the 12th minute. Koundé's throw. Header and fill from Fabien Ruiz. Nice little layoff now to Vitinha. Strokes it back in steppers rights in the centre circle with Sabani. And now Sabani. First square for Hakimi. Paris Saint-Germain just in front halfway. And now Mbaye. Back to Hakimi. Just in field to Vitinha. Pedri shadowing him. What a midfield battle that will be. It is now Pacho to Mendes. To his left. Mendes now looking to get PSG in behind. Sending Mayulu. Makes a good run. Now Mayulu needs help. Up against his opposite number in Garcia. Mayulu on the byline. Can't round Garcia. Garcia still up to the task. Blocked it with his chest as Mayulu tries to take it around him. Koundé short to de Jong. Back with Koundé. Barcelona just trying to play the way out from the back as per usual. De Jong back for Koundé. PSG trying to initiate a press. Garcia clears. Now flick back there from Hakimi, drifting all the way from the right to the left. And now Mendes back to his goalkeeper Chevalier in the D. Now Hakimi picks up a nice central position. Now lays it off to Zaire Emery, who's caught on the ball inside his box a moment ago. Can't be doing that against Barca, especially with Pedri about, for example. Vitinha just behind halfway, drags onto his right foot, composed as ever. Just plays a simple short pass for Zaire Emery. Now Zaire Emery over the top to try and set Ibrahim Mbaye away, but Szczesny gets to it, clears it just in front of his area. Now Rashford climbs for the ball. Can't win the flick on though. It's going to rise above Zaire Emery to win that header. Marcus Rashford. Again, good start to this game. That pirouette from Yamal early on this half. Simply sound. I say early on this half. It's only 30 minutes gone though. It's in the first few minutes of the game. And now Mendes out to Barkla. Up against Koundé. In field to Mendes, just behind the area. Now Mendes lifts the cross in. Cleared away from Martin. Now collected from Pedri inside the D. Rashford dropping into his own half to receive it. And the inside left now back to Pedri. Pedri composed. Now it's in the D. Gabassi strokes it to de Jong. Now de Jong to Olmo. Nice combination play between the two midfielders. And now Koundé to Yamal, just over halfway. Yamal outside his right boot, water pass to Torres, round Chevalier, and blocked for Tabani. And Chevalier gets onto the ball. Oh, what an assist that would have been. Torres, perfect run, rounded Chevalier, but Tabani blocks at the near post to keep this one at goalless. Outstanding defending, but equally outstanding pass from Yamal to set Torres away. That's a scoop pass from Fabian Ruiz to Achraf Hakimi. Warning sign there for Paris Saint-Germain. And Zabani, the hero, just plays a pass back here to his goalkeeper, who couldn't do much against Torres. Torres was too quick, rounded him. So Zabani was there to help out his goalkeeper. And Chevalier goes long. And that's too high in the end. But Ibrahim Baye, that pass from Lamine Yamal just a few yards in front of halfway. Ferran Torres onside. Got in between Pacho and Zabani. Did brilliant work there, Torres, to get in between the two centre-backs. And Torres, be disappointed couldn't convert that maybe. I'll tell you what though, Zabani just brilliant defending. Torres did all he could, to be fair. Bounce the ball now forward to Barcelona. And De Jong can't win the aerial duel against Pacho, the bouncing ball. Now Ruiz. First time pass from Barkla. Now Miulu out to Barkla. Bradley Barkla on the left-hand side looking to cut in. Can he round? Eric Garcia can't do so in the end. Rolls in the box and Pedri plays a short pass for Lamine Yamal. Now Yamal for Pedri. Pedri bringing it further forwards. Now Pedri square for De Jong. Frankie De Jong over halfway. Lays it short to his left at Rashford, back on halfway for Pedri. Pedri right-footed. Time on the ball here for João Martin. Head across the back line there from Gabasi. Now Garcia plays it over halfway to find Yamal. Yamal, beautiful pass to find Olmo, right side of the box. Olmo, his cross blocked from Pacho. And now taking out the box from Ruiz. Ruiz now, that's a really nice forward pass to Zaire Emery. Zaire Emery looks to play it in behind Koundé. Too heavy though. Look for the run of Barkla, just over a quarter hour gone it in Barcelona. And home side have started off the better, have the first real big chance. Torres shot blocked on the line from Zabani after an unbelievable Yamal pass. Zabani actually had a header over himself a few minutes before for a really nice Nuno Mendes corner. Yeah, as expected, both sides already having an opportunity. Early stages here. So it's Pedri, finds Garcia, space in the middle of his half. Garcia bring it towards halfway, now clips over the top, try and get the pace of Rashford in behind, but Chevalier will read that one. It bounces back for Chevalier inside his area, now overarm throw. There's a right arm to Hakimi, infield to Vitinha. Vitinha, pass deflects off De Jong, now it's on halfway. Backwards pass there for Miulu, finds Rashford, just in the centre circles. Torres turns and plays it back to Garcia. Now time here for Olmo, just by the centre circle, flicks it behind it for Pedri. Again, Barcelona nice and crisp in possession. Just behind the halfway line is Jules Koundé. Moving further and further back, Barcelona. Defenders linking up. Now Kabasi. Pass takes a deflection off and Baye. Hakimi now in field to Vitinha. Looking made for a run and behind. Out here for Mbaye. Mbaye against Martin. And Mbaye has the pace. Martin holding him off. And Martin gets across and turns that behind for a corner kick. Did he hit that off Ibrahim Baye? No. It will be a corner kick for Paris Saint-Germain. Good defending note from João Martin. Against the very lively Ibrahim Baye, 17 years of age. What a talent. Luis Enrique, that's the faith he's given to youngsters on a huge Champions League night like this. Yes, you could say injuries have forced that, but still, you know, could have tinkered things a little bit differently. Luis Enrique, but he's got the faith in those young players, and Miulu and then Baye. So corner kick on the right-hand side for the visitors as we're approaching the 80th minute. Their only chance actually came from a corner in the first 80 minutes. Mendes corner, trying to look for Barkla. Just a bit too high for him at the back post. But again, another inviting delivery from Mendes. I suppose that, yeah, as I said, that one was a little bit too high for Barkla at the back stick as Luis Enrique now on the touchline this time. Who's watching the Atalanta game from the first half from in the stands, just a different viewpoint. No look pass there from Yamal to De Jong. Now almost found the centre circle, dispossessed from Vitinha. Now Vitinha receives it back. Vitinha in the centre circle, outside his right foot, it's a slap pass though. Yamal collects it in the centre, about 35 yards to goal. Pedri bringing the ball forwards to his left to Rashford. Rashford passes it to Torres on the stretch, turns it in. And Barcelona lead by a goal to nil. Torres was onside. Some brilliant football from the home side. And PSG were just asleep at the back. Lovely move. Finished off of Ferran Torres, but PSG, the masters of their own downfall there as well. Just gifted the ball to Barcelona, and you simply can't do that. It's Barcelona 1, Paris Saint-Germain 0. So Vitinha, ever reliable midfield, gave it away. Yamal stepped in. Yamal's 35 yards and goal, squared to Pedri, looked to his left, and Marcus Rashford, perfect pass to Ferran Torres. I think he was onside Torres, I'm pretty sure Hakimi was playing him on, but again, Rashford gets an assist to accompany his opening 2 goals he got at St James's Park. That was excellent there from Rashford, that first time pass, but Vitinha would be so disappointed with himself. Again, giving that away, and he's been punished. I have to say though, the PSG backline were asleep. No one was tracking the Ferran Torres run. Barcelona on the banter play deserve it. They lead PSG by 1-0 in the opening 20 minutes. So let's see what the holders have got in response. Hakimi towards and by, tried to keep him in play. It was a slap pass there for Hakimi. Got Vitinha giving the ball away. Hakimi passing out of play. It's not like themselves, and certainly Luis Enrique's side have got to try and grow into this. Go to Pedri, first time towards João Martin, now infield. Torres, the goal scorer, back for Frenkie de Jong in the centre circle. Taps it here for Garcia. Koundé moves into a bit of space, but Garcia gives it to Yamal. Koundé making movement in front of him. Yamal tries to outside the boot pass with his right foot, but blocked from Mendes. Now given to Mendes by Ruiz. There was a foul there from Torres on the back of Ruiz's ankle. Free kick for PSG midway inside the half. So Ferran Torres gets his first goal of the Champions League campaign. Of course, it was Marcus Rashford. Got the 2 in the northeast of England at St James's Park. Sabani now. Here is Emery, square for Hakimi. Hakimi turns the field, then decides to go back for Ilia Zabani. Zabani needs to have a forward pass on as Torres close by, just uses his goalkeeper Chevalier. Now cross to face the back line to Mendes. Rolls it on the left for Ruiz. Ruiz trying to turn away from de Jong, but de Jong really sticking to him well. Ruiz still retains the ball and gives it to Mendes. Nice switch of play there from Pacho, to say. And Pacho makes the switch to Hakimi. Hakimi controls back in the PSG box where Zabani finds Ruiz now. Nice build-up play from PSG, and there's space here for Fabian Ruiz. Barcelona just moved a bit further back. Now Ruiz over halfway for Miulu. Here's Hakimi now. One touch to take it in the Barca half. Looking over the top towards Miulu. Can't find him though. And headed down there from Jules Koundé. Again, it's looking obvious up front. You know, PSG missing Ballon d'Or winner and Ousmane Dembele, but Desiree Doué, Bicha Kvaratskhelia, all big losses for PSG. And now it's picked up here from Torres. First time for Rashford down left-hand side for Torres to try and get to. Too far in front of Torres though. And Pacho just lays it back for Chevalier. Mendes receives it. Deep inside his half. Now back midway inside it. Slowly moving forwards here. Nuno Mendes turns and goes back here for Vitinha. Just needs to sort his head out after making that mistake for the Barcelona goal. Nice pass though for Vitinha, more like himself, to find Miulu in the centre circle. Now it's square for Hakimi. Down the right for Zaire Emery. Can he maybe get a cross in? Miulu wants it in field, but it goes back on the right for Hakimi. Now goes backwards again to Zabani. PSG still in the Barca half. Vitinha to Zabani. Rolls it now for Hakimi, midway in the Barcelona half. Infield now for Miulu. Nice turn there for Seni Miulu. Tidy feet from Miulu, still has it. Wonderful work there for Miulu with his feet. Out now to Barkla. Barkla attempts a Lamine Yamal-esque pass outside of his right, block from Jules Koundé though. And it will be a throw for Paris Saint-Germain. Good attempt there for Barkla. Looks like only Lamine Yamal can pull those sort of passes off. So throw for Paris Saint-Germain. Level with a penalty area. Can they draw level? They're a goal behind. 23 minutes on the clock. Deserved opening goal for Barcelona. Scored by Ferran Torres. Vitinha carelessly giving the ball away. Nice passing for Barcelona. Rashford set it up for Ferran Torres to tuck home. Timed his run brilliantly, Torres, and PSG throw it backwards on the left hand side. Now it's on halfway of Pacho in the centre circle with Zabani. Right footed roll pass for Hakim. Just in front of him is Mbaye. Mbaye now cuts in just in front halfway. Mbaye now rolls it towards Fabian Ruiz. Cut up from Garcia. Now space in behind for Torres in the centre circle. Squares it for Yamal just front halfway. PSG get men back. Yamal now slips, trying to dribble the ball. Yamal still trying to keep it. Now lose it against Fabian Ruiz. Played him behind for Bradley Barcola. His pace gets him in behind. And Barcola really poor touch and takes out play in the end. Big chance there for Bradley Barcola. But he just took an awful touch, which took the ball out of play. Lamine Yamal really poor from him to lose it. And was playing him behind for Barcola, but couldn't make Yamal pay. You know, it's a well-timed run, as I mentioned, of Ferran Torres for the goal. Zakimi keeping him onside. It is Kabasi. Barcelona play the goal kick short. And now Gerard Martin dribbling between three PSG players there. Brilliant work for Gerard Martin. Now De Jong as Koundé dummies it. Yamal down the right foot. Jules Koundé. Barcola chasing him down. Barcola slides and puts the tackle in on Koundé. But that will do for Jules Koundé in his side. Barcelona have the throw in the attacking third, taken to Yamal. Yamal sets himself, made for a curler. Now attempts a 1-2 with Torres, but intercepted from Mendes. Now Ruiz to Vitinha, back in the box for Pacho. Pacho, diagonal pass towards the inside right, but headed forwards from Martin. Now it's Rashford, left side of the box, looking to cut in, maybe take a shot off. Now exits the box, and Pedri just beyond the D. Tidy feet from him, still Pedri trying to dribble in between the PSG midfield. Now it's got back from Ruiz. Ruiz looks for full pass, can't find Miulu. That's great work there from Kabasi to get there and plays it back to his goalkeeper. 25 minutes played here in Barcelona. It's the home side who lead by a goal to nil. This mammoth clash on match week 2. Ferran Torres with a goal. Tidy feet here from Pedri on the right hand side. Still Pedri has a lovely drag back from Pedri to Yamal. First time to Koundé. He goes first time to Pedri. Pedri now ball inside from the right. And it's almost inside of the shot. Takes the deflection wide. Corner kick, and you just marvel this football played by Barcelona. This is simply the Barcelona we've been looking for years to watch. Hansi Flick has brought it back to life. Pedri, excellent footwork, then just dragged it back. The Barcelona got sweeping down the right hand side with one-touch football. Fell to Olmo inside right, just by the Dina shot, deflected. I think off of Zabani, wide the target for a Barcelona corner kick on the right-hand side. So I think this will be Rashford taking. No, it will be Lamine Yamal. Of course, it will be Lamine Yamal. Yamal lifts it right to the centre, headed away from Zabani. Referee blows his whistle. It's Michael Oliver, referee tonight. Just talking Frankie de Jong. I think it'll be a retake for Barcelona from the right-hand side. Maybe just a bit of. I think it was de Jong. Was it Chevalier? De Jong having a bit of push and shoving, then Chevalier pushed de Jong in the back. So corner kick to be retaken, and Michael Oliver just having a talking to with Frankie de Jong and Lucas Chevalier. So take number 2. This Barcelona right-sided corner kick. Again, Lamine Yamal. Can he put a perfect corner kick in? It's a left-footed corner from the right, lifted towards near post, and it's going to be cleared away from Zabani. Falls into Rashford. Rashford's low strike cleared away from Fabian Ruiz. Rashford heads it back into the box. Was there a foul there in Garcia? Rashford's appealing for a penalty. No penalty though, given there by the referee. Now Ruiz rolls it forwards to his right to Zaire Emery down the line, and PSG can attack. Bradley Barcola out the right hand side. Infield to Seni Miulu, just behind the box. Miulu onto his left foot, shot takes deflection, loops over the bar. There's a few more Barcelona fans screaming at Michael Oliver. They felt Eric Garcia was fouled by Ilya Zabani inside the box. I'll tell you what, Zabani caught the back of Garcia. I think this is going to be looked at, because Zabani didn't get any of the ball. He caught Garcia. Yet VAR having a look at this. I think this is going to get given. Looking at that, that looked a penalty to me. So will Michael Oliver be sent to the monitor? No, it's over. The check's over, no penalty. Getting in Barcelona's favour, so that one was over quick. So corner kick for PSG on the left-hand side. Miulu to Mendes. Worked in field to Mbaye. Mbaye now, edge of the box, nice dribble. Mbaye skips past Rashford. Rashford trips him up. Free kick for Paris Saint-Germain. Right on the edge of the box on the left. Great burst of pace there by Ibrahim Mbaye. Skipping in between Rashford and Olmo, and Rashford tripped him up. There was definite contact there. So I'm right on that one. But the penalty, I thought Sabani didn't make any contact. The ball, maybe not enough contact in the VAR's eyes for Garcia to go down. So I think of, I thought personally that could have been given as a penalty. But it's Paris Saint-Germain on the front foot looking for that equaliser. So Mayulu and Hakimi, left edge of the area, standing behind this free kick. Who will take this one on? Szczesny gets everyone ready. So two-man wall of Olmo and Rashford to beat. So Hakimi bends it around the wall. Brilliant save from Szczesny. Oh, that was a beautiful whipped hit with the right foot. Achraf Hakimi. And Szczesny, nice and alert, pushed it away with both hands out for a corner kick. Impressive free kick from Hakimi, but equally impressive save from Wojciech Szczesny. It's a corner on the right-hand side for Paris Saint-Germain. Nuno Mendes to whip in, he put in a good one for Zabani. Early stages of this first half. Mendes puts the corner in, headed away, Rashford from the near post. Now Vitinha volleys it well over. Got his right foot caught on the ball when he took that volley on. Not been Vitinha's finest first half. So half hour gone it in Barcelona. Home side leading by goals nil. Ferran Torres getting that opening goal just under 20 minutes played. Vitinha giving the ball away. It's a great football from Barcelona. Rashford setting up for Torres. He kept himself onside. So Hakimi, who was playing him on. So Martin down the left-hand side here for Rashford to hold up midway inside Barcelona's half. Back here for João Martin. Now a turn and pass from Olmo. Intercepted from Hakimi. Nicked away from him from Pedri. And that will be a free kick to Barcelona. Just a little clip on Pedri's ankle there. It was actually it was one Zaire Emery, the poor touch in front of halfway, and then just tugged the left arm of Pedri. Now speaking to Pedri on the ball after João Martin played the short free kick to him. Now across the defensive line, Kabasi to Garcia. Now finds Koundé right back, just behind halfway. Koundé turns infield. Here's Olmo in the centre circle. Just flicks out on the outside of Ruiz to De Jong. Prods it back for Kabasi. Here's Martin. Now to Rashford. Rashford now, can he get himself one-on-one with Zabani? Rashford trying to turn him inside now. Rashford gets beyond Zabani. Good covering challenge though from Achraf Hakimi. Vitinha backwards. Nice feet from William Pacho to wrong foot. Lamine Yamal. Now is Pacho in between two Barcelona players. Pacho bursts over halfway. Still Pacho. What a run there. That was by the centre-back. And a yellow card be given here. Outstanding work from William Pacho. Just gliding with the ball, using his athleticism really well. And I think that will be a yellow card here for Frenkie de Jong. Yes, indeed. De Jong bringing down Saint-Germain. Player had to just clip the left ankle there of the Saint-Germain defender. And then Luis Enrique screaming for a free kick in his grey jacket. And, zip undone, that has his black shirt on, hands in pockets, Luis Enrique. And it's a free kick for PSG to take shortly. It was a brilliant drive run. Actually, it was from Nuno Mendes. Nuno Mendes the one who made the run, actually, not William Pacho. So I'm crediting the wrong PSG defender. So Nuno Mendes made the run. It was a bit to see because he dropped centrally, but I should think, obviously, Luis Enrique's fullbacks like to invert, so it was Nuno Mendes picked the ball up. Probably makes a little bit more sense why it was such an amazing dribble, though. William Pacho certainly does have ability, though. So Nuno Mendes down, holding his right leg at the moment. That looks concerning. He's winced a bit, help back to his feet, Mendes. This might be concerning for the visitors. Luis Enrique will be hoping that Mendes can just run it off. So Frenkie de Jong in the referee's notebook for making that challenge. Clipping the ankle, Nuno Mendes. Mendes struggling to stand up here. At the moment, can he run this one off? This is going to be tough for him. He's moving very gingerly at the moment. Nuno Mendes and his orange boots with the stripes of blue on them. So Mendes still sort of keeled over at the moment, feeling that pain. Hobbling, still, if you open, he could run this one off. So free kick for Paris Saint-Germain, just under 30 yards out Central position for Vitinha to take. See what delivery he can put in here. Vitinha. Look and see where he fancies putting this. So Vitinha lifts it right footed towards the back post. Head away for Joe Martin. Falls to Fabian Ruiz. Edge of the box cleared. Towards Barkla. Barkla can control. Barcelona clear again through Eric Garcia. Now flick back from Vitinha on halfway to Pacho. And now Vitinha outside the right boot, too far. In front of Miulu on the far side. It's back with Wojciech Szczesny. So later scores in the Champions League at the moment. Monaco 1, Man City 1, Arsenal 1, Olympiacos 0, Leverkusen 0, PSV 0, Borussia Dortmund 1, Athletic Bilbao 0, Napoli 0, Sport Lisbon 0, Villarreal 1, Juventus 0. Yamal driving down the left-hand side, but just carried the ball out of play in the process. Great Boston run there for Yamal. Just took the ball out though in the end. There's a throw for Paris Saint-Germain. Biar's behind halfway. Nuno Mendes look and see who he wants to throw it to. Goes down the line towards Miulu. Can't hold up though. Drops here for Koundé. Koundé's clearance. Bounce off Yamal. Miulu picks it up. PSG midway inside the Barca half. Now Mbaye back on the left for Mendes. Still inside the opponent's half. Paris Saint-Germain now. Mendes pass it back for Pacho. Cross for Zabani. 10 minutes of this first half to go. Barcelona leading by a goal to nil with their only shot on target. PSG have only registered 1 on target as well. Barcelona have had 5 attempts to PSG's 4. Hakimi over halfway, but poor pass easily read there from Joe Martin. Now Rashford finds Torres in the centre circle. In the centre circle behind halfway is Koundé to give it to Yamal. Yamal now lifts it to Rashford on the inside left. Now inside the box, turns and trying to face up Zabani. Rashford cross blocked by Zabani, and then Zabani nicks it off him again. It's deflected back off Rashford. Zabani blocked the cross. Hakimi just in front of him to Mbaye. Infield now, bit of room for Fabian Ruiz. Now plays it into the attacking midfield zone where Ronzai Emery is out to the left-hand side where Mbaye is at the moment. Ibrahim Mbaye, a few step-overs. Mbaye now plays it too far in front of Zai Emery. Just couldn't get his decision-making right there. Ibrahim Mbaye looking really promising for Paris Saint-Germain. Just the pass wasn't right. Now Yamal is over halfway. A few step-overs from him. Stops on the ball. It is Pedri in the centre circle. Lays it in steppers left to Frankie de Jong. Now uses Rashford. Rashford finds de Jong and behind. De Jong into the box. De Jong tries to find Torres inside the D. Well read there from Pacho. And here's Fabian Ruiz. Turns onto his left foot. Toe pokes that to Zai Emery. Square for Vitinha. PSG in the midfield in their half. Vitinha trying to run foot. Olmo. Vitinha. Great balance to hold off Olmo. Now Torres trying to put a challenge in, but Vitinha very press resistant. Zabani back to Vitinha inside the box. Now plays that in between Rashford and Torres. Bit of space here for Fabian Ruiz. Lays it forwards now for Hakimi on halfway. Hakimi over the top trying to get Barcelona behind. Volleyed away though in the end from Pau Kabasi. Now Torres lays it off and it's a shot from the centre circle well wide. And then from Olmo. Olmo drilled that left footed trying to pull off the spectacular. Yeah, nowhere near achieving it in the end. And that is goal kick, so Napoli now leading against Sporting Lisbon. Rasmus Højlund with the goal there. Was it Man United loanies scoring in the Champions League? Rashford did it against Newcastle, now Højlund tonight. Nuno Mendes, good touch to take the ball over halfway. Mendes now drives and field. Mendes heading into attacking third, sets it up here. A chance for Miulu, converts it! We're all level here in Barcelona. It's Seni Miulu. Composed finish. But it's magic for Nuno Mendes driving forwards. He just had to keep his composure to lay it off to Seni Miulu. And he certainly did that. Absolutely brilliant. Miulu gets another Champions League goal to build on the one he got in the final against Inter. Combination play to Mbaye Mendes, and Mendes just drove and filled. The weight to the pass was perfect. The stretch in Pau Kabasi couldn't cut it out from reaching Miulu. Miulu one touch from the D with his right foot, took it onto his left, and his finish inside the penalty area. Wrong foot to Wojciech Szczesny. He gave the Polish goalkeeper the eyes. Excellent composure from the 19-year-old. And Paris Saint-Germain have breathed some new life into this contest. After Barcelona were in control of their 1-goal lead. Now one apiece. back underway here with 6 minutes. Normal time to go in this first half. It's back with Szczesny. So can Barcelona get their lead back quickly before the break? Or could PSG completely turn this around? Yamal down the right hand side. Well, here's Barcelona right back on the front foot. Koundé can't send the cross in. Space slows down from Mendes. Infield to Olmo. Toe pokes it to Torres with back towards goal. Back heels into the box towards Olmo. There's Vitinha right place to intercept it. Lays it off to Hakimi. PSG still deep inside the half. Now back with Zabani. Close to the corner flag. Clears his lines. Lovely ball actually down the right foot. Vitinha. Now there's a push there from Barkla. Who's moved out to the right hand side by the way. So Mbai's on the left. Barkla on the right. And Barkla. Silly push there in Joe Martin. There was no real need to make it. Just got applaud though, that driving run from Nuno Mendes a moment ago. Maybe could there be criticism from Barcelona perspective that Pau Kabasi could have intercepted, but I just think the pass was so well weighted. Kabasi just couldn't adjust his body in time to cut it out. Yamal back into his own half. And by following Koundé. Now it's with Szczesny. Just in front of the penalty spot. That's a poor pass there for Szczesny. Kabasi clears. PSG edge of the box now with Hakimi. Here's Ruiz. And now PSG, space being closed down. They still have it in the attacking third. Barkla down the right. Hakimi in behind. He's in the box. Hakimi clips it towards the back post. Flicked away from Koundé. It's the head of Mbai. Now reaches Yamal. Yamal keeps the weight from Mbai. And now Olmo lays it off to Yamal inside his own penalty area. Pokes it to Garcia. Koundé again with Garcia. Barcelona playing in tight space in their defence. Garcia clears his lines right-footed. Down the channel, it goes out of play before Torres could even try and get to it. Paris Saint-Germain throw about midway inside the Barca half. In what confidence boost would be for Senemiulu, deputising for Ousmane Dembele. Of course, a former Barcelona player as well, Dembele. What a journey he's been on to win the Ballon d'Or. It was a great sportsmanship between him and Yamal. As well after Dembele was crowned Ballon d'Or winner for this year. Ruiz back for Zabani, just behind the centre circle. Zabani rolls it right-footed. Hakimi just the front halfway, moving down the right here from Barkla, but instead it goes back to Zabani, being pressed from Torres. And now Chevalier on the ball, just in front of the D. Now Patro has time to go forwards here. Patro now looks over the top towards Barkla. Barkla drops centrally to collect it. Barkla now dancing to box. Barkla to make it 2-1 over the bar. What a chance for PSG to turn this game on its head. And all of a sudden, the feeling, the momentum of this game has completely changed. Bradley Barkla dances feet to get into the box. He dribbled beyond Joe Martin. It opened up for him to strike towards goal. He couldn't keep it down. That's a big opportunity there. Again, Barca playing for the back. Koundé to Pedri. Out to De Jong. Pokes inside to Koundé. Midway inside his half. Koundé fighting to keep the ball. Fabian Ruiz puts the tackle in. It rolls to Nuno Mendes. About 7-8 yards in the Barca half. Now on the inside left. PSG have it. Is Mbai now. Out wide. Mbai. Up against Koundé. Mbai into the box. Mbai. Low ball in. A chance. Here for PSG. It's Barkla. Sets up for Hakimi. Right side of the box. Hakimi slow cross blocked by Joe Martin. And Barcelona trying to play out from the back. And now PSG, their press is a lot more dangerous. Short throw to Vitinha. Hakimi cuts inside. Almost thought he took a heavy touch, but manages just to poke it back in the centre circle for Pacho. Knocks it short and square. Now for Mendes. And by midway inside the Barca half, back for Mendes. And now Torres pressing from the front of Pacho. Not the greatest contact on the pass, but enough for it to find Zabani. And now Vitinha on the right hand side, approaching halfway. Vitinha dragged it back onto his right foot. Now Hakimi can hit it down the line. Again, Barca have an insanely high line. They're not going to change. Now Vitinha back here for Zabani. Just behind halfway is Hakimi. Diagonal ball. And a really nice switch to find Mbai. Just under midway inside the opponent's half. Mbai back on halfway for Mendes. Looks forwards and tries to find Mbai. Cut out from Yamal. And now can Yamal burst down the left-hand side. Mendes nudges into him. That'll be a free kick to Barcelona. But it's a challenge that Mendes certainly had to make. And he's received the yellow card for it as well. Had to take one for the team. Otherwise, Lamine Yamal was away down the left-hand side. And then, yeah, Yamal almost got away. Mendes just nudged into him. Yeah, Mendes, it was a foul bit from behind, so it wasn't like a shoulder-to-shoulder where he fairly won it. was certainly a foul by the left back. So a chance now for Barcelona to push up the pitch as PSG asking all the questions after that Seni Mayulu leveller. So Pedri now just in front of the centre circle to Kabasi. Kabasi shortens outside to João Martin. Last minute normal time is first half. Barcelona 1, Paris Saint-Germain 1. João Martin halfway. Now back for Garcia, square for his partner Kabasi. Again Garcia. Midway inside his half, looks to his right and gives it to Koundé. Yamal just behind halfway, trying to wrong foot Nuno Mendes, pushing up right with him, and then Mendes just has a little tug at shirt. Mendes needs to be a bit careful on the yellow card. 30 seconds of normal time to go. It's first 45 here. Barcelona, you just don't want it to end. And it's so glorious to watch these two come up against each other. Short free kick play from Barcelona. Now PSG get it back in midfield. Now Vitinha just in front of the back four here. Vitinha now looks for the long ball over top towards the right, headed away from João Martin, drops it to Barcola. Midway inside the Barca half, good standing chance from Martin. Now rolls to Pedri first time. Rashford back to Pedri and halfway. Now Pedri release it to Rashford. 2 minutes of stoppage time. 5 seconds into them. Rashford step over, gets beyond to Barney. Rashford low cross, almost found Torres. William Pacho to the rescue at the near post to clear away left-footed. Excellent defending there from Pacho. It was terrific work from Rashford. He just went past the Barney like he wasn't even there. Rashford, low left-footed ball. That was on a plate there for Torres. If it was of a Pacho, Chevalier was certainly not cutting that one out. So he has Pacho to thank. Corner for Barcelona. Just a reminder, 2 minutes of stoppage time. 40 seconds gone of that stoppage time. Corner for Barcelona to take. Rashford from the left-hand side into Sainetti. I think he was trying to cheekily beat Chevalier there. Wasn't successful though, Rashford. Corner straight into the Sainetti. And Erling Haaland's put Man City back in front by a way in Monaco. And we are midway into the 2 minutes of stoppage time here in Catalonia. And Chevalier to take the goal kick. Both sides to be pretty content with the scoreline going into the break. So goal kick now taken, 6 attempts apiece. Actually PSG shading the attempts on target, 2-1. Header away from Kabasi from the goal kick. And now finds Dion, the centre circle, squares it for Koundé. Nice little late pass there for Dion. Now Yamal drops centrally to give it to Dion. Dion trying to set away Rashford. Well cut out there from Pacho. Here's Pedri. One last chance maybe for Barca. Pedri in the centre. Barca bearing down on the box. Yamal. And now Torres has it back towards goal. Yamal in the area. Yamal shot blocked from Mendes. Comes out here to Garcia. Aggressively getting onto it. Fits it to Pedri. Barcelona, edge of the box on the right. Yamal trying to wrong foot. His man, he has 2 men around him. Fabian Ruiz and one Zaya Emery. Now Pedri. Barca still need attacking third. Pedri inside to Yamal. Works it to De Jong, forwards out for Pedri. Pedri trying to cut inside the box, but Mendes intercepts, and then De Jong steps across Mendes as he brought out the area. And Michael Oliver blows the first half to an end, where it's one apiece here. Barcelona opened the scoring just under 20 minutes in. Ferran Torres, Vitinha cheaply gave away the ball. Some great quick passing from Barcelona, where Rashford fed it to Torres, kept himself onside with Hakimi playing him on, and Torres the first time finish. And Seni Mayulu, 38 minutes on the clock. Nuno Mendes drove forwards after combining with Ibrahim Bay. Set up for Mayulu to tuck home. And Bradley Barcola could have turned the game on its head, but he shot over the bar. But Barcelona, I'd say they were better for a lot the first half, but ever since the equalizer, it's changed momentum. So first half time's probably come at a good time for Barcelona, where it is Barcelona 1, Paris Saint-Germain 1.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.
Hello and welcome back here to Barcelona. Both sides just emerging from the tunnel in what was a really good first half between Barcelona and PSG, but you wouldn't expect any less, would you? Ferran Torres put Barcelona in front just under 20 minutes into the game. It was a Vitinha slap with the ball from midfield, and then Lamine Yamal picked up, spread it towards the left-hand side, ended up with Marcus Rashford for the first-time ball to Ferran Torres, ghosted in behind. Achraf Hakimi kept Torres on side. Torres first-time finish, but just over 5 minutes to go in the first half. Semiulu got a leveler. Nuno Mendes combined with him by, drove forwards, cut in field, and played a perfectly weighted pass for Semiulu to take one touch, took it into the box and finished home, giving Wojciech Szczesny the eyes. That was a really nice finish from Miulu. Barkla could have turned it around completely, but couldn't keep his shot down a few minutes later. Barcelona to get us back on the way to the second half, shooting from right to left. And now here's Garcia on the ball. Garcia just over halfway to Torres. Nice little turn for Torres, but William Pacho holds him off, and then Nuno Mendes is across to play it back to his goalkeeper. I think Michael Oliver, the referee, has actually awarded a free kick. He has indeed awarded a free kick there for Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, great work there from Pacho. Got across Torres, and Torres just had a little pull there at Pacho's shirt. So free kick taken by Paris Saint-Germain. Back with Chevalier. Pacho now left foot to pass out the box for Mendes. Barcelona pushing high from the off. Now rolled down the right from by, can't turn away from Garcia, wins it back midway inside the Paris Saint-Germain half. And now Pedri for Rashford. Rashford inside left, heading towards box. Rashford takes a shot on. Bit of a tight angle for him, blast that one well out of bounds. And again, Rashford was just trying to find a little bit of space to find the target, but it just wasn't opening up very well for Marcus Rashford. Tried to get Barcelona's lead back a minute into this second half. That one went wickedly wide, and Chevalier's short goal kick for Pacho. Long left-footed ball, looking for Mbaye, beating the air from Garcia, header right into the PSG box, but Pacho gets the call from Chevalier to duck and leave it for his goalkeeper. Chevalier plays it across the face of the 6-yard box for Zabani, and now square for Hakimi down the right. Nice little layout from Barclay, who's now playing on the right-hand side. Now down the channel here for Miulu to chase. Zaire tried to set him away, but it's opposite number. Eric Garcia was across. Good reading the play there by Eric Garcia. And that will be a throw for PSG to take. Achraf Hakimi well over midway inside the Barcelona half on the right-hand side. Throw taken. De Jong intercepts. Falls back to Hakimi though. Pass it backwards just in front halfway is Pacho to give it to Vitinha by the centre circle. Now Mendes lays it forwards. Here is Mbaye. Ibrahim Mbaye against Jules Koundé. Mbaye goes behind him for Vitinha. Nice tidy feet from Vitinha. Into the box. Now goes on his outside. Ball towards the near post. Headed away though. In the end by Joe Martin. And now Yamal square for De Jong. De Jong aims long. Over top towards left hand side. Too far though for Marcus Rashford to chase. And that will be a throw for Paris Saint-Germain. Midway inside the half, Hakimi takes. It is Ilya Zabani. Now Vitinha drops him between the two centre-backs, as he always likes to do. And PSG building slowly from the back. Vitinha lifts it to Hakimi. Hakimi now lofts it over Gerard Martin, and Barclay can't hook it forwards. On the right-hand side for Hakimi to run onto. Goes out play for a throw for Gerard Martin to take backwards to Pau Kabasi. Here's Szczesny. Szczesny now right-footed. Drilled over halfway towards the left. Zabani heads down. Collected from Hakimi. Right on halfway. Infield for Zaire Emery. Just behind him for Vitinha. Almost trying to close down the space. Now it's Pacho. Finds Fabian Ruiz. First time from him. Nice little lay back with the instep with right foot to Zabani. Zabani now down the right hand side for Barclay to chase. Barclay keeps in play, lifts it over. Kabasi there across to do really well to help out his partner at the back is Garcia, but it's given away now from Pedri. As Garcia gave it to him. In field from Hakimi, Pill's handball against Barcelona, nothing given. Pedri has it, pokes it to Olmo. Now goes behind it for Kabasi. That's De Jong in between Kabasi and Koundé. Now goes behind him in the 6-yard box for Szczesny to launch it away. Header forwards from Pacho. The inside left, it's played in field from Zaire Emery. Now it's Vitinha on the stretch in the centre circle under pressure from Torres. Pass it to Zabani. And now Torres continues to press this time on William Pacho. Chevalier short to Pacho. Now time on the ball for Pacho. Rolls it to Mendes. Midway inside his half. Back for Pacho. Poses it to Vitinha. Vitinha almost in trouble to Vitinha. Nearly gave it away, but got off on that pass to find Pacho. That would have been Pacho's fault if anything happened out of that in Barcelona's favour. Hakimi infield. First time from Fabian Ruiz. Nice little flick there from Barclay. And that does go out of play off of Eric Garcia for a throw. Just a moment ago, PSG appealing for a handball. A handball against Eric Garcia. It came off his arm, but it was tucked in. So a throw for Hakimi over midway inside his half. Hakimi throws it for Seni Miulu. Miulu caught possession. Good tackle there from Olmo. Now Pedri on the inside left, 25 yards and goal. Pedri dribbles beyond Fabian Ruiz, squares up for Koundé, just behind the box. Koundé now for Yamal, turns. Good tackle there from Ruiz, rolls it to the right hand side to Koundé. And Mbaye trying to get off him. Now Koundé release it to Pedri behind him. De Jong level with the centre circle. Pedri in that same position. Now it's just behind halfway with Eric Garcia. Rolls it short for Jules Koundé. Just over 5.5 minutes into this second half. And Barcelona one apiece between Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain. What a contest to have. Match week 2. Barca playing it across the back line. Now Gerard Martin forwards towards half-a line. That was handball there. Ferran Torres flicked it with his right foot and it came off his left hand. And yeah, certainly that was certainly handball there. Actually came off his left elbow there. Short free kick from Ruiz back to Vitinha. And now Pacho, short and square for Mendes. Mendes left footed, halfway is Mbaye trying to get on the outside of Koundé. Down the far side, he gets beyond him. Here comes Paris Saint-Germain. Ibra Mbai cuts in, and Mbai now onto his left foot, and Mbai pokes it towards goal. He doesn't have that finishing touch there. What a run it was from Ibra Mbai, leaving Jules Koundé for dead. He's such a raw talent, and Mbai just didn't have that final product to go with it. Then took it onto his right foot, wrong foot his man, and Jules Koundé actually did enough to put him off, and just a toe poke towards goal from Mbai. Powerless in the end, that finish, but take nothing away from Mbai, driving down that side. Koundé's throw knocked on by Olmo. It's back with Paris Saint-Germain with Pacho. Played back to his own half. And now Zabani, Pacho, Chevalier inside the D. Which side would he go to? He goes left. Pacho, time on the ball, approaching the 52nd minute. Barcelona 1, Paris Saint-Germain 1. Torres for Barcelona on the 19th minute. And then 38th, an equalizer from Seni Miula. Leading line in place, a Ballon d'Or winner, Ousmane Dembele. Lovely line breaking pass from Mendes to find Miulu. Miulu now to his right to Barcola. Here comes Paris Saint-Germain. Barcola gets a ball stuck on his foot, still has it. But Barcelona get men up. Barcelona now have to more defending to do. Barcola shot. Push away for Chesney. Zaire-Emery. His cross block falls back towards Barcola. Heavy touch from him. And Dion clears out the box. And he's far as Hakimi. Now inside to Vitinha. 30 yards and goal, right in the middle. Vitinha just plays it to his left to Mendes. Short forward pass to Mbai. Mendes has making the run in front of Mbai, but Mbai ignores him. Now it's with Vitinha, a few yards in front of the centre circle. Now Zabani's brought into possession. Forwards down the right for Hakimi. Barcelona pin back here. Hakimi, few step overs into the box. Hakimi cuts in. Hakimi shot blocked by Pau Kabasi. Good spell this with Paris Saint-Germain at the start of the second half, looking to turn this game on its head for that shot from Barcola a moment ago. Powerful, but straight at Chesney. He hit it right-footed, as I mentioned, a lot of power, but Chesney straight at him, and he got two hands onto it to push it away. Corner kick for Paris Saint-Germain on the right-hand side. Nuno Mendes to deliver. Certainly has got a top delivery in his lock. He's already got one assist tonight from open play. Sent up Miulu. Can he get this one from a set piece? Well, he put a nice corner in for Zabani early on in the first half, which is headed over. So that was an awful call there for Nuno Mendes. Not what he's capable of at all. And that is a goal kick for Barcelona. Luis Enrique not best pleased with that corner kick there. Barcelona now just beyond halfway with Yamal. He's been quiet in the early stages of the second half. Good inception there from Zaire-Emery from that Yamal pass. PSG 4 shots on target compared to Barcelona's 1. The Barcelona's 1 is a goal. And that is what matters at the end there. And back for Pacho. Zabani just by the D. Wraps his right foot around the ball to give it to Hakimi. Drops in field to now play it further inside to Vitinha. Vitinha, high ball down the right. Barcola has the pace to get to it. Level with the penalty area. Facing up Martin, and now nice burst of pace from Miulu on the byline. Good block there. Garcia just kept up with his opposite number. Garcia blocked the Miulu cross with his left foot. Corner kick though for Paris Saint-Germain on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, I should say. So Miulu's shorts pulled up high for a second, and now they're pulled back down again. So Miulu looking set to take the corner kick here. Wojciech Chesney making sure everyone is organised. So 10 minutes gone in the second half. Barcelona 1. Champions League holders. Paris Saint-Germain 1. It's a short corner to Zaire-Emery. Nice turn from Mendes. Mendes now. And in the end, that's a ball there from Nuno Mendes. Sloppy trying to get beyond this man. It was a tackle from Olmo. Came back off Mendes. And that will be a throw for Barcelona deep inside their own half. Luis Enrique, intense as ever on the sidelines. In a city he knows very, very well, to put that lightly. Of course, this is his love, Barcelona. Luis Enrique, player and manager, the last manager to win Barcelona Champions League in 2015. Nice work from Olmo to get out of a tight space and over halfway. Down left for Rashford. Rashford, nice burst of pace from him. He's into the box now. Rashford can't beat Zabani. Good work there for Zabani. That one-on-one battle. Rashford tried to take it onto his right foot. Zabani stuck out his left. And that rolls out for a corner kick. Again, Rashford, that electric pace. He's pretty quiet in that Newcastle game. They're sprung to life in the second half to get those 2 goals. Been a bit quiet tonight. So handsy flick be open, he can do the same thing in this one. Short corner from Rashford, and now worked in field to Pedri towards the back post. Chevalier though comes and claims and rolls it quickly. Here come Paris Saint-Germain. Hakimi to Mbaye. Mbaye in the centre circle goes down. Pull back from Olmo. Yellow card for Dani Olmo, and a free kick for Paris Saint-Germain in the centre circle. But I think it's one that Dani Olmo had to take from the team, as PSG were sweeping away on a counter, and Olmo just pulled back Ibrahim Mbaye's shirt, and that will be a free kick. And Barcelona now can get men back, because we're looking very worrying for a second. So 57 minutes on the clock, one apiece. Free kick for Vitinha to take in the centre circle in this half, and Vitinha goes square for Mendes. Now Mendes on the ball again, turns back and plays it to Pacho, left-footed, short now for Zabarnyi. Here's Achraf Hakimi, plays it back for Ilya Zabarnyi, across the defensive line for Pacho. Now back in the box for Chevalier, still in the box, but it's with Pacho again. Now takes out the area, left-footed to Mendes, midway inside his half. Mendes goes long. Can Mbaye gets this too high for him, but Garcia heads out for a Paris Saint-Germain throw. Just over 15 yards into the Barcelona half. Throw taken now. Poor pass to Vitinha, but Vitinha will win the challenge on halfway. He combined with Fabian Ruiz, but Vitinha won it against Ferran Torres. Now Vitinha located in the centre circles. Out to the right-hand side, Barkla collects. Worked in field to Hakimi. Zabarnyi just in front halfway, taps it to Vitinha. Vitinha, again, a looping ball towards Hakimi. It finds Hakimi just inside the box. He's facing away from goal. Hakimi now forced out wide. Links up with Barkla. Barkla back here for Vitinha. 30 yards and goal. Now moves right into the middle and squares it for Mendes. Out here to Mbaye. Mbaye against Koundé. Few step overs. Koundé stand him up. Has Garcia for help. Koundé stands up to Mbaye and then wins the challenge. And now Yamal in the centre of the Barcelona half to Rashford, slack pass, clear for Vitinha, and now Paris Saint-Germain on the front foot with Barkla. Here is Miulu, tidy feet, turns away for De Jong. Miulu gets a shot off in a tight space, blocked, flicked into the box towards Miulu by Zaire Emery and hooked out the area there for Gabasi. Now just beyond the centre circle, Torres takes it with his knee, and he hooks on to De Jong. De Jong pushing the back there, and that will be a free kick for Barcelona. A bit of respite for them. They had the chance to attack a moment ago, but it's a really slack pass from Marcus Rashford. I mentioned he's had quite a quiet game after his blockbuster opener, getting that match-winning double at Newcastle. It was a push there from William Pacho to give away the free kick. Centre circle, now it's taken back for Pau Kabasi, square foot. Jerome Martin, and then Martin stops the ball just behind halfway and goes and field to De Jong. Back here for Kabasi, almost in a bit of trouble, clears it over halfway out to the right. Header now from Mendes, held up from Mbaye. Now Mendes, tricky feet to wrong foot Koundé, but there is Frenkie de Jong getting across the face of Mendes to win the free kick, and it's taken quickly for de Jong to Koundé. Olmo over halfway, Olmo on the right hand side towards Yamal, but it's a telegraph pass, read from Vitinha. Vitinha now drifting in field, right footed, nice little reverse pass to find Zaire Emery in behind the Barcelona midfield. Here comes Paris Saint-Germain. Zaire Emery rolls it through via deflection to Hakimi. Heavy touch from Hakimi, and that's great defending there. Garcia across and clears it down left. Now end-to-end stuff here in Barcelona. Rashford over halfway slows himself down. Rashford now, switch of play. Lovely pass. Finds Yamal, controls with his right foot. Yamal against Mendes. Yamal now, edge of box. Yamal brought down from Mendes. And Michael Oliver, I think, is he given a dive? Yeah, against Yamal. Again, there's a bit of fume there between both sets of players. Well, Mendes stepped in. I don't think there was any contact actually on first glance, but I think looking at it again, well, Mendes did put his right foot across Yamal's, and Yamal, they gave him the free kick, and I think a card as well. Well, Nuno Mendes. So no, free kick has been given. A bit of confusion there. Yeah, that would have been an awful decision actually for Michael Oliver not getting a free kick. It was a clear foul for Nuno Mendes. I think Nuno Mendes, of course, that's the reason why Yamal was angry. Nuno Mendes, of course, on the yellow card himself, He wants a second yellow. I'm sure Michael Oliver would have given a stern warning to Nuno Mendes. So free kick for Barcelona, just over an hour played. So who will be taking this one? Inside right, on the edge of the area. And Frankie de Jong and Fabian Ruiz called across by the referee. Michael Oliver now is content. And the free kick will be taken very shortly. Will it be Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo to take? I wonder who will be taking this one. I think Olmo's just there as another body. I mean, Marcus Rashford can hit them. We all know that. But yeah, this will be Lamine Yamal's standing square onto the ball. This one's almost on the line of the PSG penalty area. So Miulu is that man lying down in behind the wall. And now Yamal's free kick. Oh, it's an awful one. Scooped well over the bar in the end, Yamal. Yeah, that's not typical Lamine Yamal quality. Of course, those free kicks aren't easy. How close it is to the box, but still, I would expect better from Lamine Yamal. So, PSG start off a short goal kick with Pacho, Chevalier out to the right. Hakimi now looks down the near side channel, hits over halfway. Vitinha's pressing forwards here, but still time for Garcia to lay it back for Szczesny. Short now for Gabasi. And Barkla engaging with him, but Gabasi has enough time to play it back to Wojciech Szczesny. It is Barcelona in possession with De Jong, takes it away from the D. And now links up with his midfield partner Pedri. Pedri, a player you just feel like even when he's been pressed, he has all the time in the world. Garcia finds Koundé on halfway. Koundé turns back. And now Olmo, just in his half. Dani Olmo falls further back with Fabian Ruiz shadowing him. Now line breaking pass from Garcia, held up from Torres. Midway in the PSG half. Yamal now sets Torres away down the right. Torres gets the cross in, flicked away for Sabani. And it's a brilliant block on the line for Hakimi. From Olmo's shot, then Yamal can't turn it in. Taken away from him for Nuno Mendes, who cleared out for a corner kick. What a block from Achraf Hakimi. And finally Barcelona have opened PSG up. Torres' cross cleared away from Sabani. Almost shot. What a block that was. Achraf Hakimi, that was certain to go into the back of net. And then Yamal took one touch with his left foot, and Nuno Mendes just got it away from him before he let fly to clear it away for a corner kick, which will be taken from the right-hand side. Barcelona's first big chance of this second half. So Yamal delivers towards Rashford inside the box. Rashford flicks up in the air. Rashford now nods it square for Garcia. Now Barcelona play it backwards. About midway inside the PSG half for Gabasi, Garcia. And now as Rashford gets on the outside of Zaire Emery. Rashford holds up Barkla. Rashford by the corner flag goes down. And Michael Oliver does award a free kick. So Barcelona, Fabian Ruiz just a nudge into Marcus Rashford's back. Really good work from Rashford just to put it through the legs of Warren Zaire Emery. Held up Barkla. And then Rashford just anticipates that contact by Fabian Ruiz, but what a clearance there from Hakimi a moment ago. Zabani did well. That cross is going to Rashford in from Torres. Almost right, that was head into the back of net. Maybe Zabani might have blocked that one, but Hakimi, that was a superb block from him. So, 17-year-old Ibrahim Bay, great learning experience from him. For him, he's off. And it is Lucas Hernandez on in his place. So, a free kick for Marcus Rashford to take, one apiece. 25 minutes to go here at the Olympic Stadium in Barcelona. Set up for a perfect last 25 minutes. Rashford free kick in, punched away out the box at Chevalier, drops it to Yamal. Yamal to strike deflects wide. No deflection. It's actually a goal kick to Paris Saint-Germain. And Yamal had to take that strike on quickly. So many players running towards him. So Chevalier just take his time here. It's Barcelona now starting to put some pressure on. They punched that free kick away. Yamal controlled it and shot well wide. And no deflection. Zabani receives the short goal kick. Zabani now rolls it down the right. PSG still deep inside that. Barkla now lays it forwards for Hakimi. He's over halfway. Hakimi, space open up here. Hakimi towards the right, left-hand side to Mendes. Now in front of him is Hernandez. Hernandez cross deflects towards the back post. And Seni Miulu let that roll out for a corner kick to PSG. And that was good play there The visitors again working their way forwards in the back. And Hernandez cross deflected out. So Seni Miulut, who is the PSG's goal scorer tonight, stands at 1 apiece. 66.5 minutes gone here, and it's Miulu's corner kick towards the back post. Bit too high for Zabani, ends up, comes off the top of his head and flicked out the box. And now Vitinha right in the centre, just under 40 yards in goal. Hakimi down the right here for Miulu. Now inside, and Zaire Emery rolls it forwards in the box towards Ruiz, but Gabasi stays composed. And then past it short for Pedri, turn to Gabasi, clears away. And now Barcelona boxed in, Vitinha headed back towards halfway, good press in front Olmo, but still tying the ball now for PSG. They're in the half. Zabani across for Pacho. Here is Hernandez. Zaire Emery wants it, square in the centre circle, just behind halfway for Vitinha. Moves it onto his right foot, now whips it out to the far side, out to near side, and Hakimi controls, but it ends up bouncing off his right hip, Achraf Hakimi. And that will be a throw for Barcelona to take. It's taken from Martin to Gabasi. Chesney, short pass out the 6-yard box. Now it's at the penalty area altogether. Garcia. Now it's De Jong who sees it. As Barcelona back in their penalty area, De Jong lays it behind it for Gabasi. Square for João Martin. Now Martin back for Gabasi. And now clear from Chesney. He's cleared out of bounds because Frankie De Jong has taken his boot off, and that's a real concern for Barcelona. Again, they love their players here at Barcelona. So many talented players like Frankie De Jong would be one of the last players they want to go down. That's for sure. Again, him and Pedri so important in midfield. And actually, I thought it was concern. I think it's actually just the issue with his boot. So nothing actually wrong with De Jong, so that'll be a relief. Robert Lewandowski, not a bad player to bring off the bench. He'll be coming on very shortly. Could he get that match-winning goal? That would be massive for Barcelona. They could defeat the holders. So throw here for Paris Saint-Germain to take. About midway in the Barcelona half, Hakimi combines to Ruiz. Now back with Zabani. Here's Pacho, takes it into the centre circle. Short for Vitinha. Now it's with Zabani. Hakimi on halfway. Hakimi now infield. Level with the centre circle is Miulu. Now inside it is Ruiz. Ruiz clips it left-footed. That's a nice pass out to Mendes. Pushed up really high here. Nuno Mendes facing up Jules Koundé. Mendes on the line of the area. Trying to run foot. Koundé finds Ruiz inside the D. Ruiz scuffed effort on target, but not the power. And that was easy for Chesney to get down to, but lovely pass picked out for Mendes. Just took his time to find a little bit of space to play. Fabio Ruiz inside the D. Ruiz bobbled strike, and easy save for Chesney. And now Pedri. Really nice turn holding off Zaire Emery. Pedri turns away from him. Now Pedri to Rashford, just beyond halfway. Rashford on his outside is Martin, over halfway is João Martin. And Hakimi just gets back and nicks it off João Martin. And now Chevalier. Chevalier, see what he does with this. Goes short to Zaire Emery. Time here for the PSG midfielder. Now it's Zaire Emery again. And the short ball of Fabian Ruiz. Played back with Hakimi's right foot to Zabani. Zabani, bit of heavy touch, but gets beyond the challenge of Torres. Now in the centre circle, gives it to Miulu. Now it's a pull back pass of Miulu to Olmo. And now Rashford towards the right hand side, trying to get Yamal in, but the space was covered really well there by Lucas Hernandez inside the box. And quickly rolled out from Chevalier to Mendes. Vitinha finds space in field. Vitinha now in the centre circle to Miulu. And now back with Vitinha, looking to the right hand side. Vitinha now trying to play in behind, but well intercepted there from Martin. And now Pedri spins away. Pedri needs support here. Pedri now still on the ball off Pedri. The balance is unbelievable. Even when he's tackled, the ball rolls to Rashford, but it's a free kick to Barcelona. As Miulu didn't get any of the ball, trying to tackle Pedri. Outstanding there by Pedri. Now Barcelona can make their substitutions. Double sub, Olmo and Rashford off. Pair of them being quiet this evening, so no surprise. Andy Flick brings them off, and it will be Mark Casado and Robert Lewandowski. Also, Balde will be coming on for Barcelona. So it's actually a triple substitution. And Robert Lewandowski, first man on for Barcelona. And just coming off now. I think that will be Gerard Martin. Maybe the one making way for Alejandro Balde. So, getting a bit of different impetus now for Barcelona, that left back. See what Balde can do from an attacking point of view. Had that athleticism now. Martin, that fresh legs, the last 80 minutes, has locked at one apiece. In Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain. Yamal now clips it towards the middle. Looking for Torres, wins the flick on, but no running behind him. And it's back with Chevalier. Quickly rolls it to Hakimi, midway inside his half. Plays it on the outside of Rashford, now on halfway. Here is Barkla, falls back into his own half, and now Barkla going further back, and a good slide and challenge one there by Ferran Torres on the left-hand side. Gonzalo Ramos just come on for Paris Saint-Germain. By the way, Fabian Ruiz is the man to make way for Ramos. It's an attacking sub by Luis Enrique, and certainly Ramos knows where the back of net is. Here is Barcelona at the back. Play forward and Garcia. Now Yamal, midway inside the Paris Saint-Germain half. Yamal tries to slide it through towards Lewandowski. And the end, Patro just dummies it back to his goalkeeper. And Chevalier just rolls it to Zabani. Again, back to Chevalier. Right footed, clips it towards halfway on the right hand side, but Barkla just nudged off the ball. It's good defend there for Gabasi. Now Szczesny just in front of the D. Here is Garcia, turns and plays it back to Szczesny. Now here's Gabasi just inside the box, and as outside is Balde for his first touch. Balde still deep inside his own half. Balde now lays it down the line for Lewandowski to hold up inside the Barcelona half. Lewandowski goes back here. Now Casado. Casado goes long. Casado does well to find Torres, but in the end PSG win it back in midfield through Vitinha on the inside right. Now Vitinha square for Hakimi. Barcelona have play it down. It is Pedri. Just holds in his right ankle. So a bit of concern here. Poor Pedri. I thought Vitinha clipped him. I think Pedri's fall awkwardly onto his right ankle and the tackle was made. I think, yeah, Pedri just hobbling a bit here. I think Pedri's shaking the head. Is there maybe just a little clip in his ankle by Vitinha? Just coming up to the last quarter hour in Barcelona, one apiece. Last few minutes just quieting down a bit. Surely it will be explosive finish. The quality that these two sides have. Ball hit off Koundé. Mendes tried to beat him on halfway. Go for Paris Saint-Germain. It will be Lucas Hernandez to take it. Hernandez surveying his options. Mendes in line with him. Hernandez goes down the line, short to Vitinha. Chest it back, and that's a foul there. And that was a little push from Eric Garcia. So, quarter hour to go here at the Olympic Stadium, Barcelona. It's Barcelona 1, Paris Saint-Germain 1. And free kick for Vitinha to take. Again, 3 or 4 yards in front of the halfway line on the left-hand side. Vitinha just lays it back. And now Hernandez to Pacho. Now Zabani on the line of the area. And his outside is Hakimi. Hakimi's been pressed in from Rashford. Hakimi though keeps in play, plays it down the line for Barkla, cuts in. Nice feed from Bradley Barkla. Now a bit of room here for it to be square for Hernandez by Miulu. Hernandez travels over halfway, just in front of him now to Mendes. Mendes now plays in behind for got Ramos. Ramos turns, good standing challenge in the box of Gabasi. Cleared on his far side, Emery. And now Miulu holds it up. Vitinha inside left, heading towards the box. Vitinha, wonderful dribbling. Flicks it now, and it's in the box here with Hakimi. Hakimi's tackle, but it's a well-won challenge there for Ferran Torres doing his defensive duties. And Torres turns and clears towards the right. Head away from Hernandez, only as far as Yamal. Pedri faces his own goal in the centre circle, turns and can't find Lamine Yamal, but it's pulled back from Michael Oliver for a Barcelona free kick. And that was frantic stuff there. And Ferran Torres put the challenge in the box, had to time that one right. Otherwise it would have been a penalty, but he did brilliantly there. And that was excellent challenge. Then Gonzalo Ramos a moment ago, really good challenge for Pau Gabassi on him. Yamal halfway, giving away now. Mendes back for Pacho, square for Lucas Hernandez, and now is Chevalier onto his right foot. Zabani, PSG inside the box. Zabani plays out of it and through the Barcelona forward line. And backwards pass from Barkla, square from Zaire Emery. Hakimi, short for Zaire Emery. Now just behind him for Zabani. Zabani trying to make space for himself. Zabani, good strength. So Ilya Zabani, thought he's been pulled there for Ferran Torres. Zabani pinning for the free kick. He doesn't get it. Throw for Barcelona. On the left-hand side, level with the penalty area. Balde takes. Back to Balde from Casado. And now can Balde maybe get across, and he's got no space here. Zaire Emery sticking to him like glue. Zaire Emery puts the tackle in, but Balde keeps it away from him. Just behind him to Casado. Good tackle there from Barkla, tracking back now. Ron loose in the PSG box. Hakimi to Zabani. Zabani clears. There was a push there from Casado on Hakimi. And Casado hasn't been on for that long. It looks like he'll be going into Michael Oliver's note, but again, Casado just clipped the back of Hakimi's right leg. Silly challenge there for Casado to make. And some more substitutions. Barcelona will be bringing on Bernal. So Pedri, they're taking no chances after he went down a few minutes ago. Little clip in his ankle, I think it was from Vitinha. So Pedri's made way, and it is Marc Bernal on the field in his place. Again, 18 years old. Barcelona just continue to blood in those youngsters. So PSG now have it in their box with Zabani. Chevalier, short for Pacho. Ball now played out the area to Hernandez. Tries to play it to Mendes down the left, cut out. Jules Koundé pushed up really high from right back. And it will be Lee Kang-in, part of a double substitution shortly. I wondered that would be Njantu coming on with him. Rotate to Mendes, nice feet to try and get away from Koundé, but Koundé puts the tackle in. Mendes gets it back. Now Fabio Ruiz, poor back pass. Barcelona with Lewandowski with his back towards goal. Edge of the box, Yamal cuts in, curling shot well wide the target. He's had a really quiet second half. Lamine Yamal tried to come into life there. Yeah, curling shot well wide in the end. Yamal taking it onto his left foot. Yeah, bending that one well off target is indeed. And Njantu coming on with Lee Kang-in. So Miulu and Barkla make away. Miulu with that equalising goal for Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, it's now Kang-in Lee on with Quentin and Njantu. As Kang-in Lee now the last player to come on. So Miulu now makes way. Good shift from him up front, 19 years old. Huge future ahead of him. So 10 minutes to go in Barcelona, nicely set up. Barcelona 1, PSG 1, flick down the left from Mendes. I thought that came off Mendes' head last, actually came off Koundé's head. So that's good for PSG. They get the throw. Luis Enrique just crouching on the sidelines. Now here is Pacho. Cross it to Zabani. Bring it towards halfway line. Now finds Hakimi. Back for Zabani. Right footed. Here's Vitinha. Vitinha now looking forwards to the left. It's collected from Mendes. Mendes lifts it towards the inside right. Comes off Ramos' chest. There was a barge into the back of Ramos from Gabassi. So free kick for Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, Gabassi just barging right into the back of Gonzalo Ramos. So free kick in a decent position for PSG to put it in. So it's a free kick to the visitors. just under 30 yards and goal on the inside left. Vitinha just has a quick sort out of his hair before he'll take this free kick. But Paris Saint-Germain and Kang Lee also standing by it. Now he walks away. It is Vitinha's free kick. Unsurprisingly, Vitinha lifts it right-footed towards the back stick. Hernandez's header takes deflection. Hernandez out of play for a corner kick. It came off of the young Barcelona midfielder Marc Bernal. Gave his right hip. So, corner for Kang Lee to take from the right-hand side. Now Kang Lee goes short. Here's Hakimi. Now Vitinha. Cross towards the back post. Sabani's header on target, well, almost on target, onto the roof and net. In the end, I thought Szczesny was going to tip that over, but just left it. It went onto the roofer's net. Vitinha, nice delivery. Thinks Sabani was just onside, but yeah, just couldn't keep the header down. And now short goal kick to Koundé. Koundé drills it, intercepted though on the left from Vitinha. Now PSG in the attacking third with Mendes. Mendes now dribbling and field, good tackle on that from Bernal. Now heavy touch from him, and clearance forwards from Vitinha. Goes out of play. 7.5 minutes to go here. The Olympic Stadium, Barcelona, one apiece. Team Barcelona and the holders, Paris Saint-Germain. Balde finds Lewandowski. Heavy touch on Lewandowski now. That's played forwards to the feet of Kang Lee. Lee cuts in. Lee shot off the post. Great dribbling there from Kang Lee. Shifted it onto his left foot. Low driven strike. It beats Szczesny all ends up. Szczesny mighty relieved. See that come off his right post. Kang Lee desperately unlucky not to turn this one on its head. Short goal kick now drilled from Garcia. Miscontrol from Yamal. Now Vitinha to Mendes. Back here with Hernandez. Now it's in the visitors' half with Pacho. Now Barcelona can start to push up a bit. It's inside Chevalier's box. Now given to Zabani. Played out the area to Hakimi on the stretch. Gives it now to Kang Lee. Prods it back. Gives it away to Torres. Tries to square for Lewandowski. Good slide and challenge there for Zabani. Then played forwards and Kang Lee. Held up from Ramos. Pulled back just beyond the centre circle in the PSG half. I think that was foul there from De Jong. Now quick free kick play for PSG towards the left. Mendes cuts in. 35 yards and goal. Finds his fellow fullback Achraf Hakimi. In field now for Lee. Here's Hakimi inside the box. Hakimi strike. Blocked there for Balde. Barcelona appealing that Hakimi was offside. And it will be a corner on the right for Paris Saint-Germain. Andreas Christensen all set to come on shortly. Eric Garcia goes down. It's a huge blow for Barcelona. Garcia seems to be rubbing his knee. Barcelona have made 4 substitutions. They seem to have one more to make, and that will be Andreas Christensen to come on for Eric Garcia. So that's concerning for Barcelona. Garcia just looks like he's pulled a muscle. Hansi Flick just giving Andreas Christensen a tap on the back before he'll be coming on. And Hansi Flick be hoping that it's nothing serious for Eric Garcia. Gets a round of applause coming off the pitch. Later scores in the Champions League, by the way. Monaco 1, Man City 2. Erling Haaland with a double there. Arsenal 1, Olympiacos 0. 1 apiece, team by Leverkusen and PSV Eindhoven. Borussia Dortmund leading Athletic Bilbao by 3-1. Napoli 2-1 up against Sporting Lisbon. Double for Rasmus Højlund there. And Juventus have turned it around against Villarreal. They're leading by 2-1 in Spain. And here, another game going on in Spain this evening. Barcelona 1, Paris Saint-Germain 1. Corner towards the back post. Header on target, saved though. Nice delivery towards the back post. It was a free header for Nuno Mendes, but straight at Wojciech Szczesny. And it's still 1 apiece. Now Casado gives it away to Vitinha. Flicks up in the air now. Plays it short to Zaire Emery. PSG in the attacking third. Down line for Hakimi for Kang Lee. Right side of the box. Sets it up for Hakimi to put a cross in. Hakimi deflected cross comes in, but grabbed low down for Szczesny, just missed the toe end of Gonzalo Ramos. As PSG now really cranking up the pressure on Barcelona in search of a winner. Long ball forward, chested down from Hernandez. Now Mendes in field. Ramos tries to slide it through. Just couldn't quite find the run though of Njantu. Now it's with Wojciech Szczesny. And Szczesny goes direct over the top towards the left. Torres making the run. Torres now face up Zabani out wide. Torres cuts in, edge of the box. Torres squares it, can't find Lewandowski inside the D. Torres goes down. And Michael Oliver has pulled it back for a free kick to Barcelona. Yellow card waved in front of the face of Achraf Hakimi as well for that challenge on Ferran Torres. 3 minutes of normal time to go here in Catalonia. One apiece between Barca and PSG. It was a barge from Hakimi right to the side of Ferran Torres. Silly there from Hakimi. And now in the referee's notebook. So free kick in good position for Barcelona to deliver. And now it's really good position for Torres to take the strike on, I think. Torres standing square onto the ball. Actually, I think Torres has shaped himself more for a delivery from the inside left. And right behind the box, Torres trying to pass into the box, clever idea, but well read from Vitinha. And now can PSG spring a counter-attack? It is Kang Lee. Forwards now for Hakimi. Here come the Parisians. Hakimi's ball in, and it's fed towards Njantu. Heavy pass though towards Njantu, has it left side the area. Scoops it towards the back post, headed out the 6-yard box from Balde, and not further away from Bernal. Only as far as Vitinha. 2 minutes to go, normal time. Still one apiece. Vitinha just going further and further back, taking care of the ball now. Kang Lee backwards to Zabani. PSG inside right with Zaire Emery. Midway in the Barca half now. Kang Lee back for Vitinha. Vitinha spreads the play. You will find Njantu. Njantu facing up Yamal. Trying to put through legs of Yamal, but Yamal gets it off. And Koundé inside the box. Njantu makes the challenge. Catches Koundé. And that will be a free kick for Barcelona. Can we find a winning goal? Heading towards the last minute of normal time here at the Olympic Stadium. Barcelona, one apiece. Free kick laid back for Christensen to Szczesny. Rifles it forwards. Time there for Pacho to head over halfway. Now squared from Bernal, intercepted for Njantu, but now he makes a heavy touch on Njantu. And Koundé infield to Bernal. Now square for Casado. Christensen just in front of him to Koundé. Koundé pass blocked from Mendes, and now Njantu's pass intercepted there from Bernal. Back in the PSG half. Hernandez to Pacho. 30 seconds and normal time to go. Barca 1, PSG 1. Zabani has it inside the area. Zabani rolls it forwards midway inside the PSG half. And now really good pressure put on Kang Lee, but he's done really well to turn and play the pass to Njantu. And now Vitinha right in the centre at the Paris Saint-Germain half. Vitinha now sweeps it out to the right side of Hakimi. Space to run into Hakimi. Puts the ball towards Ramos to win it. Ramos tucks it home. And Paris Saint-Germain have the winning goal, surely. Hakimi sets it up. Hansi Flick furious. And Gonzalo Ramos, the hero off the bench. And the holders are looking set to lead Barcelona with 3 points. That's what PSG are all about. Excellent play from the back. Vitinha's grown into this game after making the mistake for the Barcelona goal. Hakimi across to Ramos. This might be a tight one. I think Balde was playing him onside. But take nothing away from the Hakimi ball on a play for Gonzalo Ramos to finish with aplomb inside of his left, beyond Wojciech Szczesny. It's Barcelona 1, Paris Saint-Germain 2. And the PSG fans up in the gods here at the Olympic Stadium go absolutely wild. VAR are checking this. Was Ramos onside? Or they might be looking at Kimi as well, actually. The check's over, the pair are on. And PSG lead. We're over a minute into stoppage time. Barca now frantically trying to find an equalizer. Balde to Torres. Torres, infield, cut up for Jantu. Drops here for Casado. And now Bernal, back for De Jong. So now we're halfway into 3 minutes of stoppage time. Yamal now, heavy foot from Yamal. Flicked up in the air as a poor first touch for Lamine Yamal. Lucas Hernandez flung himself towards the ball. Headed forwards, there's a high foot there from Lamine Yamal. And Hernandez will just stay down for as long as possible, though. It looked a bit of a painful one. It was Yamal just catching the chest of Hernandez. But Gonzalo Ramos was onside. What looks to be the winning goal. Just some brilliant football built from the back from PSG. Nice composed, and Hakimi makes that bursting forward run, gets in space. Gonzalo Ramos little dance in front of the Barcelona fans just to annoy them that bit more, as if they weren't annoyed enough by Ramos looking like he's scoring the winning goal. So Chevalier's free kick, Ramos heads square. And now Njanti. Short pass received from Mendes, back now to Vitinha. PSG just need to manage these last 30 seconds of stoppage time well. And now Kang Lee rolls it through. Can Jantu wrap it up? And Jantu taken out wide. And Jantu on the byline tries a strike for a tight angle, hits it across the face of goal. Thing actually, when Jantu hit that, it looped out of play, then came back in. There's a tight angle there for Njantu. Is there one last chance of Barca? Only 10 seconds to go. And then they're in half here with Koundé. Now Szczesny clears it forwards. Lewandowski can't flick it on, flip backwards from Hernandez to Barney in the centre circle. And now Chevalier, we're over the 3 minutes. Chevalier goes long. Michael Oliver yet to blow his whistle, direct towards Ramos, head away for Gabasi. And now Njantu, nice turn in the centre circle. Good balance on the ball, Hernandez. Over halfway now, collected here from Mendes. That was now 2-2 for Ramos, by the way, in the Champions League this season. And speaking of Ramos, holds it up, just edge of the box. Vitinha. Great preservation of the ball here from Paris Saint-Germain. Now Kimi, edge of the area, back for Kang Lee, lays it back for Kimi. And now Paris Saint-Germain go backwards. We're 40 seconds over the 3. A lot in the stoppage time. Hernandez over halfway. Whistle yet to blow is Njantu. PSG just keeping the ball for fun here. Maybe a bit of reality check here for Barcelona. Hernandez back for Chevalier. Is there one last chance of Barcelona? Got to try and nick it high off PSG. Sabani now finds Kang Lee. There goes the final whistle. And Paris Saint-Germain make it 2 wins in 2 to kick off their defence of the Champions League crown.